Welcome back to the channel. Wish it was on better terms right now because we have behind us our 07 LBZ Duramax drag racing truck, drag and drive truck, whatever you want to call it. That's the goal and plan for this. As you guys know, we just put a ton of time into working it, and we were hoping for a better first time out, I should say. We did get down to a 770, which is awesome. It's a stock motor, well, it was a stock motor, and just still learning to launch it, learning to spool the turbo up, just kind of getting enough feel of it at the line. You know, everything's still kind of learning, shifting, everything, all that. We have the Allison still in it, so basically just trying to learn just about everything on the truck. And unfortunately, I think it was our 5th or 6th pass, the engine decided to, what we assume is a broken crank right now. So it does still run, but it's making a little bit of noise, clunky noise, you know, in the front there. So it really sucks, but now that just speeds up our process. So I'll let you guys know what we're gonna be doing with this thing, give you an idea of where we're going with it. Well, it was really cool to go to Ultimate Callout Challenge. Everybody in the diesel community, it's been a long time since I've been to that race, or I haven't been to that race. It's been a long time since I've been to a diesel race. I think the last one was like Shides back in like 2014. We held our own here at Bradenton Motorsports Park for a couple years in 17-18, which we would love to maybe do another event again. I'm gonna talk to Victor on that, the owner of the track. Maybe he'll be down for doing some kind of a truck event, diesel racing event, something. But in the meantime, super thankful for going there. All you guys that we talked to, everybody we talked to was awesome. So thanks for that. And the racing went off without a hitch. There were some super fast trucks there, some awesome trucks. I mean, it was a tremendous weekend. I wish we would have done better, but to even go to that event and have a truck there is just awesome all by itself. So that being said, we are planning to go to more events this year, especially the diesel drag race and stuff. Sled pulling's not really a thing for us down here in Florida. We don't have tracks, we don't have anything, so it's really hard for us to build a pulling truck. But this truck right here is going to be where it's at. So I'll go over with you guys real quick. Obviously, you guys know the whole build so far. It's got a stainless diesel 472 Charger on it. We're gonna have to be upgrading that. It's got the Whirly Custom Fab, awesome, loud. I just want to say loud. That thing is badass. Dustin got that all set up for us, but it's loud as in color. I mean, this thing pops at you. So the Whirly Custom Fab kit on there, the piping kit. You get all your piping kits for anything from an LB7 to an L5P on these trucks. They make all the intercooler piping and stuff like that. Just tremendous job to them. Tremendous shout out to those guys. Go Rent Converters got us a converter in like a day. We were needing one. They had one on the shelf. We got one of their extreme clutch converters. Huge shout out to them. Suncoast, they went ahead and Suncoast Transmissions sent us an overhaul kit overnight, so we get that installed in the truck. My buddy Mark always dialing the truck in for me. Big shout out to him. And Fast Fuel Systems, they got the sticker on the side of the truck, which we're going to be getting a bigger one soon, I hope. But those guys set us up with a 290 gallon per hour fuel pump for this truck, which really helped us put the fuel to the engine. So everybody that had a hand in it, thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate that. And the truck, you know, it did exceed our expectations for time-wise. It just sucks that we had a major failure in it. So at this point now, we got to see a lot of ideas on a lot of trucks there, and we know what we're gonna do now. We're gonna start lightening this truck up, which was already our plan. But now we're gonna put a built motor in it. We're looking at SoCal Diesel, hopefully getting a crank from them, and possibly some set of pistons from somebody, just, you know, looking to upgrade everything. I have rods. I've got a lot of stuff sitting in the shop from a previous engine I had. And so see the truck now. Our plan is going to be, we'll make it so we can still have some sort of toolbox inside the bed, because when we do the drag and drives, we're gonna build something inside the bed. But we are going to basically cut this whole bed apart. We're gonna gut this bed. Only thing that we're gonna leave is the bed sides, and we'll leave the steel bed sides on it, and we'll literally strip this whole thing. We're gonna take it back to Ty, have Ty finish the cage in it, make it ready to go for running a super fast time is what our plan to, you know, really run it, maybe even run a pro street class with it, with the diesel class, maybe in the 5s and the 8th. A lot of the diesel drag racing is the 8th mile. Just about all of it is, I think. We will definitely be running quarter-mile runs, but we will have a setup for the truck on 8th mile too, so we'll be able to go both ways with that. But basically, we're going to strip the bed out. We're going to strip a bunch of stuff out of the cab. We're going to shave as much weight out of this thing that we can, possibly 4-link the rear. I don't think we're going to go as far as back half in the truck yet. Maybe, but I don't know if we're going to do that yet. Let's see what we can do. A lot of guys are running in the 6s, no problem on leaf springs. So, you know, and that is 8th mile, and we'll see how far we can get there on the springs. If we got to end up 4-linking it, we'll get to that bridge when we cross it. So, got the bed, stripped the tailgate off of it. We're going to make this thing. Got the cab, got the doors, probably put a lighter hood on it. Front bumper will be different, maybe a fiberglass bumper or something. We're shaving. We're hoping to shave around 1,000 to 1,500 pounds out of this thing. Obviously, we're going to add extra weight in with the cage. Right now, the truck weighs about 6,400 pounds with me in it. I think it was 6,325 or 6,350 with me in it and a full tank of fuel. Obviously, we're going to put a fuel cell in it, change up the fuel system a little bit, and just basically go for broke on this thing and make more power. So we didn't show in the last video what it's doing, but I'll go ahead and fire it up. You guys can see when I got the end of the track, the low oil pressure light was flashing. It had no oil pressure, and then it also had you can just hear like a growling noise. I've heard Duramax cranks brake. I have a feeling that's what it is. I'm almost positive. And to tear into this, you have to pull the front cover and to look at the oil pump, and then even so, you still have to pull the lower oil pan. So anybody that's a Duramax guy knows the process to pull a lower oil pan. It's pulling the trans, pulling the lower oil pan, pulling the front cover, all that stuff. On a truck like this, we just had a part. It's going to be easier just to pull this thing out, pull the motor out, put it on a stand. Let's take a look at it. So that's what we're going to do. But regardless, if we're pulling the motor out already, we're going to put one in it. So we'll take a look at it, so you guys can see. Listen for it. So I don't know if you can hear it.
Yeah, you can hear it a little bit at the beginning of the video.
It's like a growl. And then you look down there at the front, it's walking pretty good. You can see that. So it is making some growling noise. It's actually quieted down right now, but the oil pressure is fluctuating, and we could have an oil pump problem. Either way, there was no time to fix this thing to try to make it a sick week. There was no point in trying to rush to get this thing together and take the engine out and all that stuff. If we pull it apart and it's just oil pump, small chance maybe we'll just put an oil pump in it. It's just a lot of work to take something out, take it apart, and then put it right back in. But that's really not that big of a deal, and then hopefully we can see deeper times and then build the engine like we wanted to over time. So that's where we're at right now. Just want to fill you guys in, let you know. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for the help, everything you guys have done with us. This thing is tremendous. It came out awesome, and it's only going to get better from here. It's only going to get more power from here, and we're hoping for just basically faster times. And the bracket classes, 670, 770, that kind of stuff, really isn't for us. So we'd rather go somewhere where we're going to be on all out. We know it's going to cost us some money, but we're prepared, and we're going to send it. So thank you again, guys, and hope you enjoy the rest of the video today. Well, guys, we got a big announcement to make. We have upgraded our tow rig. My old tow rig wasn't too bad. I had a 2020 GMC 3500 at Denali, and it had the only issue we had with it, we had a transmission problem at I think it was like 35,000 miles. Other than that, though, those 10 speeds, they were still learning them, still getting some stuff done in them. We did have a failure there, but we went ahead and upgraded, guys. I normally keep a truck for a few years, but I tried to keep them upgraded. Back in like 2016, I was towing my mud truck with some other stuff out of town and ended up blowing the motor up 5 hours from home with a 40-foot gooseneck. You can imagine how miserable that was to try to get it back. At that point, I said, you know what? I'm okay financially. I'm going to start getting me something that's new, reliable, with a warranty. So, guys, I present to you our all brand new 2024 GMC Denali Ultimate. These trucks are brand new. They just came out. I ended up getting, I put the order in back in, I think, February, and I've been kind of waiting to get it. it is the top of the line GMC truck you can have. I'll go over some features with you guys. It's not much different body-wise than the old truck, the 2020, but they definitely, the interior-wise, night and day difference. Phenomenal. So do a little walk around of it. Basically, come over to the front. On the Ultimates, they give you the no more chrome grille, which I'm not a huge fan of chrome. So I kind of like that. They give you the basically platinum, or they call it a black chrome. So you have black chrome emblem, black chrome whole front grille, no more chrome on there anymore. And the color we got is the titanium rush. So it's a really dark gray charcoal with a heavy metallic in it. So that came out super awesome. It looks sick, man. The front end, they changed them a little bit. Headlights are darker. Everything on this truck, like to me, cosmetic wise, is top of the line. I personally am not a big fan of the new Fords, the Super Duties. I was looking at those too. I don't like the way the grill and the hood is on them, just personal preference. I think the 6.7s are great trucks. They tow great. They have the 10-speed also. But it's either, in my opinion, the choice is going to be between the Chevy or GMC or your 10-speed, or I'm sorry, or your 6.7 with the 10-speed. So those are all like pretty close in my book. But man, I'm a GM guy. I like the way they drive. I love the way this thing looks. It came out freaking awesome. So 2024 Denali Ultimate. Not very many of these out. Apparently the Ultimate with the dually and everything, they didn't make a ton of these yet. They're making them as we speak. I'm sure there's more showing up and everything. But guys, this is it. Come in here, automatic steps.
Factory. From
factory. So my last truck, I had to put the amp steps on it, and then we'll get in the interior in a minute. But for now, we'll look over the whole exterior. It's kind of my review on it, I guess you could say. We had the bedside steps, which were on the 2020 also. Obviously, we already had the fenders color matched. I did that before we picked it up. I can't stand it. I'm going to say it, GM. Why do you put black matte fender flares on a GMC Denali? Everything else color matched, but you put a matte black fender flare. It's not a work truck. I don't know why you guys do that with ugly yellow lights. So we had the lights smoked out. We had these lights color matched, and then we obviously had the fenders done. Rear tail lights are smoked out also. All that stuff we got done before we picked it up because I just can't stand the bright red tail lights, and obviously the fenders. Just GM, why do you guys do that? 2 complaints of the truck. Why do you put the black fender flares on there? Second complaint, this truck has what they call a multi-pro tailgate. Guys, this is a truck. It's a 1-ton 3500. This is my biggest pet peeve of this truck. I was fortunate enough, my last truck didn't ever have any issues with the tailgate as far as hitting it, but when you let the tailgate all the way down, it hits the freaking hitch. So I am going to say that in my review. I do not like this. I like this. The concept's great. But when you drop this down, if you have a hitch in the tailgate, it hits that hitch. It even tells you, it's got a little thing. If you have a hitch, don't put the upper tailgate down. So I don't understand it. But it is nice. It's got the handle and everything. Obviously, that step pulls out everything there so you can get up in the bed. I'm getting a little old. I like those features. You got your gooseneck hitch in the bed already, or gooseneck plug already in the bed. We have a 110 volt outlet in the bed right now, so that's in there also. All your LED lights, there's lights under the railing, lights right here. Already comes preset with a gooseneck hitch installed or a fifth wheel application. And then this is pretty cool. Standard option on the Denali Ultimates, along with the steps and the interior, comes with a kicker radio in there.
Really?
So it's got a kicker stereo system.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So these have been around since 2020 when they came out with the multi-pro tailgate. I never upgraded in my other truck. Didn't really know when I was going to use it, but I already kicked it on. It's pretty freaking loud. Like it's pretty serious. I was pretty impressed with it. So now if you're out with your buddies, you just put your tailgate down, pull your hitch out, of course, and then you can play your kicker radio. So just my personal opinion, guys, my review, GM, I want to know why you would make a tailgate. You got to pull the hitch out because a lot of people don't do that. They hit their tailgate. Luckily, I'm thankful enough nobody's just dropped mine and not realized it. I've always been there. And then also, again, why put the work truck fender flares on the Denali? Other than that, everything about this truck I love so far. So,
well, the good news is I'll make sure I do that on this truck.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Now you're an employee.
I didn't know that was a possibility before, but now that I do,
now that you work here, you're like, oh, my bad, boss.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh man. So anyways, guys, but yeah, the cosmetics of this thing, other than that, phenomenal. Love this thing so far. Again, the outside, other than the grill, is pretty much standard, just like my 2020. And then we go inside, we'll take a look at our front seat here. Pull our drink cups out. So take a look at the front. So this is all in the Ultimate. They went with, I don't know if they call it saddle leather or not, but it's definitely the darker tan leather in here. All my other trucks have been black leather. That's what they've been. So this is a big difference for me, but
this is also a big difference from the old dark brown leather they had in the truck.
Absolutely. This is huge
different.
difference. The feel of it.
The stitching is just, I mean, they're gorgeous seats.
Yeah. So hop in the passenger seat, take a look, and I'll show you some of the features on the inside of this thing. So the biggest difference you see in this thing, and on top of the Ultimate seats with the stitching in the seats and everything, the design, you come over here, the dashboard. Now, I always thought the 2020 trucks, my dash, I was a little disappointed with. I thought it was pretty just I want to say just meh. Just it wasn't good looking and just kind of ugly. Now, come in this thing, same steering wheel as before, completely different dashboard, completely different center console. It looks way more modern than a thing of the future. We have a black headliner in it, black pillar mounts, pillar handles, everything's black. Obviously, we got the sunroof in it, which is awesome. I never use the sunroof, but it just comes in the Denali's pretty much. And then now our push to start button, a little different than the last one. There's a little button right here. Now you got this big beefy thing here. But obviously all these newer trucks, they got the key fobs. This thing's got the adaptive cruise control, but this thing right here is insane. My mom actually got a Yukon recently, and when I saw her dash, I'm like, I gotta give me one of these rigs. So basically come over here on the right, you're gonna have Google Maps. You can also sign your Google. It's got Apple CarPlay, all that good stuff. Let's see here. We got our music on there, your trailer stuff. I had all the trailer stuff saved in my old truck. Basically, you put a trailer in there, you go to your settings, so you open trailering app, and basically you can do cameras on the trailers. You can put different trailers in there so you know what you get. It'll tell you your mileage on the trailer, all kinds of stuff as far as fuel economy and everything. Come over here, you got your Bluetooth, obviously. Again, we got our Google Maps and everything on this thing already programmed in. And then you get your radio, Sirius, Amazon Alexa's in here. I haven't really used that. You can get Google News, podcasts, AM, FM, all your regular stuff. Then you come over here, this is back to your home screen. And of course, my last truck had all this, but it has your cameras, front, back. You got your upper view, front and back. We got our side views where the tires, as you can see that. And then obviously you got where the hitch will be. And then my favorite, which I use a lot, is the in-bed one that films, so whenever I'm hooking my gooseneck up to it, I can see that perfectly in the thing. Home button, go back to home. And then you got your Google Assistant. I mean, it's just got the trucks nowadays, yes, they are more money, but for the options that you're getting in these trucks, this thing's just like a high-end, in my opinion, like a high-end car. So the price tag is not cheap on these. You can look them up. They're not the cheapest thing in the world, but we're going to be in the truck. We're going to be towing. Figured, why not have something nice that we can tow with and not be uncomfortable. It's got the heads-up display, obviously, up front. That's already there. That's all done deal. See this? So also, you have a couple different options here for your driving modes. Right now, we're on normal. I can change this thing to drive mode to off-road. And then obviously you got your four-wheel drive. We got auto four-wheel drive high, four-wheel drive low, and then obviously our two-wheel drive. And then we even have our trailer towing, which automatically tow haul mode and brings your trans temp on the dash and everything, which I already have it over here. I like being able to watch that. And then this truck actually is the first truck I've had with adaptive cruise. So now these trucks come with adaptive cruise, but dude, just look at the interior. I mean, just absolutely beautiful dashboard. It looks sick.
Oh, that's the brake controller right here.
Yep, brake controller's right here. Some guys were complaining about that.
That's an odd spot for it.
On the dash, but on the forums when they first came out, but in my opinion, if you're driving and you have an issue, for you to just reach over and touch it rather than trying to come up here and touch it up here or do this, in my opinion, I mean, there's nothing that's going to sit here. Your wireless phone charger's here, your cup holders, big holder right there, center console obviously opens up right there, but I mean, I like the controller being right there, to be honest with you. I actually personally think that's an awesome spot. You can have your hand on it. If you're needing to mess with the controller brakes or trailer brakes or something, you're not trying to go up to the dash on either side or anything like that. So a little safer. Again, huge screen. You can do your climate control on there. Everything is done on there. AC seats, obviously, all that stuff is in there. Now, really cool feature of this thing. First year for this. This is also only a Denali Ultimate option. Click a little button over here on the side of the seat, and you have massaging seats. Yes, the Fords have had this for a few years. I talked to several people now that had the Fords, and they said, man, they just don't really work that great. They're not the greatest thing in the world. I will tell you that these things truly do work, and they feel awesome. So we've got the massaging seats on there, which I have a lot of back problems, so I like the massaging seats. Put this thing back to normal driving mode. But as far as the massaging seats go, they will sit there and run, and then just pop it back up, back on my screen here, and I can turn them off just like that. You've got roll, need, wave, relief. They'll do upper shoulder, lower back, lumbar, all kinds of stuff. So that is a really cool option. Both seats have it up front, so you can do both sides. Whenever he hits the button over there, it'll come up on the screen too, from him hitting his, and it'll pop up on the right side. So as you can see,
so that's that.
there's his. So yep. So you can click on it, turn it on, off, all that stuff. So it's freaking awesome. So now that we showed you all the cosmetics, let's take a look at the engine.
Open the horsepower stable here.
Now, my previous truck had 445 horsepower, 900 foot, I don't know, 920, 940 or something, I don't know. This engine now, they up the horsepower, which they keep doing with the diesels. They're just up and up and up. Just about every vehicle, actually. So this one right here, 975 foot-pounds of torque, I think. It was 970?
Yep, 925 or 975.
970 or 975, and then 470 horsepower out of this thing. So this is crank horsepower, not rear wheel, but basically looks pretty much the same. I see they got a couple different things out there. Turbo looks a little different on it as far as the module up on top, but I think, to be honest with you, I never really even opened the hood of my other truck. I don't
even remember ever checking the oil.
Now that we can't do deletes, I don't even really open the hood on these things anymore. I just drive it as they are because I'm kind of screwed on doing that. But I will say it feels a little bit more peppy. Definitely got a little bit more power. And GM just did an awesome job. Just the cleanliness. Obviously, it's got the ram air that comes in the hood, and it comes through. It's got your little drain there because it goes in and gets your ice cold air to come through there. So pretty awesome deal. Pretty awesome setup. Not much different than the earlier model, the 2020 to 2023. But definitely a big difference there as far as power goes. So now that we did all that, we got a little app on our phone. Let's go check it out and see what it does for performance-wise. We'll do some 0 to 60 and some quarter-mile times. How do you guys know exactly what this thing will do? It's got about 100 miles on it, so it's a great way to break it in. That's the way I see it.
Absolutely.
So otherwise, check it out. Thing looks phenomenal. There's a lot of tricks you can do with the lights and all kinds of stuff, so we'll get to that. But for right now, so far I'm in love, and this is freaking beautiful unit right here. So we're gonna take it for a run, see how it does. All right, so we're gonna check our 0 to 60 time and a quarter-mile time here. Got a little thing here. Got traction control off. I'm gonna do a little spool up, about 1,500 RPMs. 18. Shoo! Goodness.
Right there.
For a big old dually, boy. We're going. Let's see what she clicks off here in the quarter. Dang! All right. So, big old dually. Quarter-mile time, 16.2 seconds. And our 0 to 60 was 8.6 seconds. So, now guys, I don't know how accurate this thing is, just an app I downloaded, but not bad. 16 seconds in the quarter mile in a bone stock dually. This thing weighs like probably 9,000 pounds. I think I already weighed my old one, and it can't be any much different than that. So not bad. 16.2 seconds, 8.6 in the 60 foot. Or, I'm sorry, 0 to 60, not the 60 foot. That would be pretty bad if it was 60 foot in 8 seconds. But we could do one more on it. We'll see what she does here. Maybe I'll spool her up a little harder.
I've kind of got the dash in the corner. I can kind of see what it's doing too.
I'll spool her up a little harder on this one. $2,000. Oh, spinning the tires, dude.
Oh, we lost time.
We lost time on this one, dude.
Goodness.
Gosh, dang it.
Cost us a
Spin it ain't winning, bud. Spin it ain't. Oh, we actually didn't. Dude. We actually did not. Let's see if this thing will. Nah, this thing's wrong here, dude. I think this thing's wrong. Yeah, it didn't. I don't think it got our right time. Because 6.9 seconds, 0 to 60, and then 13.9 second quarter. I don't think that was a 13. I don't think that was a quarter mile. You know, let's reset this thing here. Hang on a second. Now, who wants to see some other stuff, like doing some quarter mile trailer drag racing with it? I might have to talk to my buddy and compete with his 23 Ford dually and see which one's the badder truck of the two. Ooh. We'll get back to that and we'll see.
All right, we're using this trustworthy, not so trustworthy, possibly.
Easy. Let's see what it does here. All right. I'm gonna go back up to $2,000. Spawn him again, dude.
To 15 miles.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
60?
8 seconds to 60. Let's see what we got here in the quarter. 16.3.
97 miles an hour.
Not bad. Honestly, for a huge truck like this, bone stock, very impressed. I never did this with my old truck at all, so it's kind of cool to do it. This one's still got the stock wheels and tires on it. It's good to see it, so I kind of know what it's doing. So between 8 and 9 seconds, 0 to 60, on a 16-second quarter mile. I remember in high school with my truck, when I finally ran like a 17, I was like, oh my God, I ran a 17-second quarter mile. And now I'm out here, you know, in these new trucks, they're already running 16s, and they're probably 2,000, 3,000 pounds heavier than my old truck. All right, guys, so that is going to conclude our review on our 2024 GMC 3500 HD Denali. All in all, guys, truck, in my opinion, probably, you know, a 9 out of 10. I'm not going to say 10 out of 10 because the tailgate and those fenders, which after you paint match the fenders, very clean look, good look. But the tailgate still just, that's 1 point off. So I'd love to see a new Super Duty, kind of compare them. Quarter mile times, run a 16-second quarter mile. That's freaking pretty good for a damn tow vehicle. And on top of that, the 0 to 60 time is not bad also. So anyways, guys, we appreciate you watching the channel. We appreciate your support. This will be the new JH Diesel tow rig when we're not using the RV. And super happy with it so far. Super nice truck. Hopefully it holds out well. Hopefully we don't have any issues with it. Like the last one was actually super reliable other than the trans problem. Hopefully they got that worked out on the 24s and we don't have to worry about that. But otherwise, guys, thank you again for watching the JH Diesel channel, and we will see you next time.